Hey guys, welcome back to the Not So Serious Life, where Steve is closing his blinds because the police are coming.
No, I'm just changing the lighting a little bit so there's more of a focus on me.
That
And
actually it's romantic.
well, I'm going to throw a little orange on this. Is that too orange? Do I look like I've had too much?
I
See,
don't I don't I don't I don't like the orange. Yeah, this is better. This is
I've got
better.
all kinds of lights here. I've got about 35 different colors.
You have producers and studio lighting and everything.
Depends on who I'm Skyping with at the time. That I just work the lights because I want to look a different way depending on who I'm working with.
Does Kathy do any makeup for you before you come onto the show?
But I will say one thing to you, Jason.
Yes.
Is we on the show? Are we live?
We are live, yeah.
Okay, good. So we want to do a shout out to the winner of the Bobblehead contest, Bobblehead Identification contest. As you know, it was Allison Watts, who's just
Yes.
a wonderful person, and she identified Bobby Baffert, the great trainer of American Pharaoh. Uh, Now I have another bobblehead, Jason, that I would like to do another contest with. Now I'm not going to let you
Oh,
participate.
thank God. Okay.
We know how difficult this is for you. So I will hold this bobblehead up that I got, and I will allow to people who to identify who this is, and they can send their answers in, and the winner will get a nice gift box, as Allison has received, I hope by now. And so now I'll give a clue. I don't need to give a clue because it's pretty obvious. This person is deceased. This person has passed
Well,
away.
I mean, look at their body. I'm surprised they made it through anything at all.
Well, I know. So you can see here that it's pretty clear. The makers of the bobblehead wanted you to be painfully aware this person is no longer alive.
Yeah, and that's not really a bobblehead. It's more of a figurine.
No, it's a bobblehead.
He's not bobbling.
So,
You shouldn't have to force the head for it to be a bobblehead.
do you know nothing about death? When a bobblehead has died, the head doesn't still bobble. It's rigor mortis
Yeah,
sets.
the rigor. So is this going to be on the cover of your Death Wish
If you
book?
made, if no no no,
No.
if you made a bobblehead about someone who passed away, you would not have the head just bouncing all around like they were still alive. It wouldn't make any sense.
Well, it worked for Weekend at Bernie's. Why not for a bobblehead that you have in your hand?
Okay, let's get to the question.
Okay, let's. I love when things go on way too long because I'm not going to edit it. I don't edit any of it out.
Good for you.
Okay, good. All right, so let's get to our question. Our question for today comes from Monica. And Monica says, how do I overcome emotional eating once and for all? She says, I, like many women, have grown up thinking I wasn't skinny enough. I wasn't pretty enough. I understand why and how this has happened, but now I'm trying to figure out how to really deal with it and permanently choose a new life. I've read tons of articles, I've seen a therapist, I've tried weight loss groups, and nothing. Seems like everyone is just as confused as I am. Maybe I've looked for the easy way out before, but I just need something that will work permanently. That's what I want, regardless if it's hard work. So she says, how do I overcome emotional eating once and for all? And if it didn't say I, like many women in the beginning, it could have been, I could have written this question in from my own past. So I get it. It's a heavy question that we're going to try to make not so heavy. So Steve, what do you think? Do you want me to go first or do you want to go first?
Yeah, you go.
Okay.
You're the eating guy.
Yeah, I guess so. Overcoming emotional eating. I still have that come up for me sometimes. I think it's still kind of my go-to thing. And emotional eating doesn't always mean sadness related eating. It could be saying like, oh, well, something good happened, so we celebrate with food, right? So it's like, it's not just a negative connotation, like I'm depressed and I eat. It can also be a celebratory thing and you eat. So, I shy away personally from anything that says, how do I do this permanently? Because for me, when I think of doing something permanently, I get pressure and I feel stress and I feel obligation, as opposed to like, how can I do this for today? How can I do this for the next time that something comes up and I want to eat? And so my goal and what I do in my own life, and again, Monica, this is a work in progress for me. Like anybody that knows my story knows that I was heavy my entire life, lost 130 pounds, over the last few years, or last 4 years. Sorry?
How heavy?
How heavy? 332 pounds.
Wow.
And I'm a little over 6 feet tall, but that was still very, very heavy. So I've lost 130 pounds, which is great, but the psychological part is still a work in progress for me. So my advice to you, which is my advice to me, is just to create new linkages, right? To try to create new linkages between feeling a certain way and then what we do to fulfill what that looks like. And it seems like it's a heavy, big thing to do, but it's really simple, because why do we answer a phone when it rings? Why do we typically say bless you to somebody when they sneeze? It's not like this, deep-seated thing that we had to overcome in order to answer a phone when it rings or say bless you when somebody sneezes. It's just that we've created a linkage. It's just a long habit that we've practiced for a long time, and now it becomes very natural. And so for me, I try to say, okay, when I have something that comes up and the linkage that I currently have says go eat something, what can I do instead? And it's how I got over biting my nails. I bit my nails my entire life, like really, really low, to where it was like painful. And my mother being a beautician, I had to like keep my hands in my pockets when I would go into the salon, because she couldn't dare have her son's fingers being seen by everybody. And so for me, I wanted to stop biting my nails. And so I created a new linkage. So I noticed that I would bite my nails a lot in traffic. And so what I started doing was, when I was in traffic and I felt the need to bite my nails, I would do something different. It looks weird, it's stupid, I don't know where it came from, but I would take my fingers and I would interlink them and I would just like kind of pull against them, right? And it sounds strange, but anytime I felt the need to bite my nails, I would start doing this instead. And so after a little while, it created this new linkage. Like anytime I wanted to bite my nails because I was stressed in traffic, I would just do this instead. And then after a while, do you feel better, Steve? Do you feel good doing that? Yeah. So after a while, I didn't have to do that anymore. And now I don't bite my nails. I haven't in years. And if I ever feel the need to bite my nails again, I just go back to my new link. So long story short, what new links, Monica, can you set up for yourself? So when you're maybe a little sad, how can you get creative about a way to not feel that way, or a way to kind of get yourself into action and doing something that actually serves you instead of something that you end up not feeling good after you did it? So moment by moment decision, how can I do something that serves me in the moment, that fulfills me in the way that I think the food will, and just create those new linkages and practice them moment by moment, and they become more natural. So that's kind of my take on it. What do you think, Steve?
Oh, I like that. And, I'm at work at this Death Wish project I'm doing. And so my mind goes to addiction right away, and carb addiction.
Yeah.
And looking to give myself a sense of pleasure, which actually happens in the brain when you take in sugar or flour or certain kinds of carbs. And so it isn't unlike using a drug when some emotion hits, which I relate to. In my drinking years, I would drink to celebrate. I'd drink when I was happy. There were 3 times I would drink. I would drink when I was sad. Mm-hmm. I would drink when I was happy. Mm-hmm. And then I would drink when I was feeling neither of those things. Other than that, I was sober. But really, because when you're not feeling happy or sad, you're bored. And it's just, I think I'll drink. Well, yeah. A lot of times with a carb addiction, which is what I call it, I'm happy, so I'm going to have I'm going to treat myself to a milkshake and some cookies. I'm so happy. Let's celebrate. Let's have ice cream and cake. It's your birthday. And then I'm sad. I'm kind of down. What's going to lift me up? Well, what'll pick me up? And I open the refrigerator, and oh yeah, some whipped cream and pumpkin pie. That'll pick me up. And that's emotional eating. But there's also an addiction component. With carb addiction really is true and real, and it has a reaction in the brain, not unlike drug reaction, where the brain seeks pleasure from an outside source. And I love what you said, and I love this, but a lot of it's waking up to what this really is, how the mind really works, and what I'm really doing when I do my so-called emotional eating.
Yeah. I love that. And then, and then there's the other part of, feeling like you're not enough, or you weren't skinny enough, or you weren't, not feeling like we're enough. The whole self-worth thing is, of course, it permeates our society. So I think the first thing is also to recognize that whatever weight or whatever you're doing, you're not wrong for your emotional eating. You're not wrong if you're not, super skinny. You're not wrong if you're super fat. You're not wrong for any of it. You're a human being, and you inherently have all the worthiness you need. It can't be measured by anybody. So doing some of that work, maybe even questioning those beliefs that if I'm not skinny, or I'm not, I don't look like other people, then it means there's something wrong with me. If that can be taken care of, then a lot of the emotional eating could go away as well. Cool.
Yeah.
I love that. So I'm going to be, in honor of you, Monica, I'm going to make really good choices about food for the rest of today. So you and I are in it together. Anytime I feel the need to eat emotionally the rest of the day, I'm going to create a new linkage and I'm going to use you as my inspiration. So thank you for that, and I hope this is helpful for you. So thank you guys, as always, for sending in your questions. Please keep sending them in to questions@thenotsoseriouslife.com so we can answer your question like we did with Monica today. And you can also see all the different lighting configurations that Steve still has yet to show us. Let's get another one real quick. Oh, God, the orange, it's beautiful. It's like butterscotch and sunshine all together. And don't forget to go to our website, thenotsoseriouslife.com, to sign up for our inner circle as the light goes off, like the light in my soul has gone off because he turned it off. And just kidding. And we will see you next time on The Not So Serious Life. Take care. Peace out.
Bass.